Me to do the safety announcement, or you want to do it? Go ahead. All right. Good morning. We have a couple of items for housekeeping here for your safety. For the safety and convenience of all attending today's commencement ceremony, I'd like to announce a few housekeeping and safety items. At this time, could you please turn off all cell phones or switch to vibrate? Please keep walkways and aisles clear of people and possessions, and we ask that you do not stand on the chairs. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please proceed calmly and quietly to the nearest exit, then out and away from the building. Fire exits are located on the front and the back of the field house, and as well as located on the left and right sides of the room. SUNY Canton is a tobacco-restricted campus, and the room house is tobacco-free, including the parking lots. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Thank you. All right, now. Okay. On this 12th day of May, 2018, I hereby declare this convocation open for the purpose of conferring degrees upon the class of 2018 at the 110th commencements at the State University of New York College of Technology at Canton. I have the pleasure of introducing to you the president of the college, Dr. Zai Safran.
Thank you, Bob. Robert Jennings is a professor in electrical technology. As the second senior-most faculty member with 45 years of service to SUNY Canton, Bob is serving as our mace bearer today. The invocation will be given by Reverend Arthur Garno, priest at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Waddington and director of SUNY Canton's Crest Center for Workforce Development.
Take my instruction instead of silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than jewels, and all that you may desire cannot compare with her. This is from Proverbs 8, verses 10 and 11. Let us pray. We give you thanks, most gracious God, for the bestowing of knowledge on all gathered here, for the beauty of earth and sky and sea, for the richness of mountains, plains, and rivers, for the songs of birds and the loveliness of flowers, and for all we have in this life. We praise you for these good gifts and pray that we may safeguard them for our posterity. Grant that we may continue to grow in our grateful enjoyment of your abundant creation. O eternal God, we pray as we gather here today to celebrate the many accomplishments of those about to graduate from this institution, that you would bless us all and also bless the State University of New York at Canton, that it may always be a lively center for learning, new discovery, and the pursuit of wisdom, and grant that those who teach and those who have learned here and will learn here may find you a source of truth. We also pray for all our speakers and presenters today, that your blessings would be upon them, and that the words they share would be the words you want all of us to hear. To you, God, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Garno. The national anthem will be sung by Kayla Rosa. They obviously know she's a great singer. Kayla is a member of the class of 2018, graduating from the School of Business and Liberal Arts with a bachelor's degree in applied psychology.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went blue, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2018. I ask you to join me in thanking our drummer, Rick LaRue, the piper, W.M. Stewart Nemo, and the color guard, Joshua C. Branham, class of 18, Computer Information Systems major, Jennifer Patricia, and Kelly Shelton. I also want to thank all of our volunteers for their fine work, which adds so much to today's ceremony. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the following stage party members. I think they're already standing. Okay, Dr. Grace W.Y. Burke, Chloanne R. O'Neill, 2004 Distinguished Citizen, Marie C. Regan, Professor Emerita, SUNY Distinguished Service Professor and 1989 Distinguished Faculty, Joseph L. Rich, 2010 Distinguished Citizen, Dr. Molly A. Mott, Associate Provost, Dean of Academic Support Services and Instructional Technologies, and 2017 Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Professional Service recipient. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Please be seated. I would also like to recognize the recipients of the SUNY Chancellor's Awards, College Council's Distinguished Faculty and Distinguished Citizen Awards, Emeriti, and Alumni and Foundation Board members. If you would all please stand. Please be seated. It is a pleasure for me to invite the chair of the College Council, Ronald M. O'Neill, class of 1963, and the 2000 distinguished alumnus to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Safran. Reverend clergy, good morning, everyone, our distinguished guests, honorees, SUNY Canton faculty and staff, and especially you, members of the 2018 graduating class, your families and friends. On behalf of the SUNY Canton College Council, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to our campus on this very special day. I would ask all of the moms that are here with us today to please stand. All the mothers, please. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow. All graduations are special, but you have an added distinction of being the class who graduates in 2018 as we celebrate 50 years on the Hill for SUNY Canton. It was in 1968 when the first students graduated from our new campus. 50 years, half a century, but that must seem like light years away for many of you, 50 years ago. To be sure, things were different in 1968 than they are today. The average price of a car was $2,450. A loaf of bread was 21 cents. The price of a first-class postage stamp had just gone up to 6 cents. It was also a year of highs and lows, a year that saw a high crest of student protests all over the world, the dramatic escalation of the bombing in Vietnam. President Lyndon Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act, a real law. Both Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert Francis Kennedy were assassinated. The Apollo 8 successfully became the first manned spacecraft to orbit the moon. Boeing introduced its first jumbo jet, the 747. The first 9/11 telephone system came into being here in New York State. Mrs. Robinson by Simon & Garfunkel was the record of the year. And rapper LL Cool J and Food Network star Guy Fieri were born. The first interracial kiss to be broadcast in the U.S. on a TV show called Star Trek. And in yet another notable first, 1968 was the year our own beloved Professor Daniel Fay joined SUNY Canton faculty 50 years ago. Graduation is a time to look forward and what the future may hold for you. But it is also an opportunity to look back on your time here at SUNY Canton. And so, graduates, today, I think it's most appropriate to take a few minutes to reflect on those who have made this day possible for you. I hope as you move forward in your lives and careers, you will remember this day and the remarkable people who helped you. Commit yourself to paying it forward. Make a difference in someone else's life. And so, along with our congratulations for what you have already achieved and our best wishes for a bright future, I leave you with this thought attributed to that famous wordsmith, Anonymous. I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. Now go out there and make the future the best there can for everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman O'Neill. I invite Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Douglas M. Scheidt, to come forward to speak about our 50 years on the Hill.
We have the opportunity to celebrate 50 years on the Hill. We celebrate 50 years of midterms, projects, and final exams, or not. 50 years of first day of classes and commencements. We also celebrate 50 years of roommates and best friends. 50 years of campus, clubs, and community. 50 years of sport and play. We celebrate 50 years of career preparation. 50 years of professional development and personal development, 50 years of learning and growing. We also celebrate 50 years of alumni from the Hill who are still best friends, who met their spouse or partner, who work and retire from the career that started here, who are members of the community in ways that began here. We celebrate all the benefits our students and alumni take from their experience here into their life and the world beyond their own years on the Hill.
Thank you, Dr. Scheidt. Dear guests, on behalf of the State University of New York College of Technology at Canton's faculty, staff, students, and alumni, I'd like to welcome you to our 110th commencement ceremony. At our ceremony today, we'll be awarding degrees to students graduating from the School of Business and Liberal Arts, the Keynote School of Engineering Technology, and the School of Science, Health, and Criminal Justice. This is a special time for our graduates, your families, your friends, and our faculty and staff. It is also a good time for everyone to turn off the ringers on their cell phones. I'm extremely proud of you graduates as you achieve this major goal in your lives. I know that as you move forward in life, you'll be able to accomplish many great things, as have so many alumni from SUNY Canton who have preceded you. And I would like to take a moment to read a message to you from one of them. And this is from Rosella Todd Valentine, class of 1968, 50 years ago. And she writes, "Congratulations on your college graduation today. I remember the excitement I felt as my class graduated 50 years ago, the first class to graduate from the new campus. 1968 was a tumultuous and pivotal year, and so is 2018. So you have much to look forward to, but also much to do. Go out, do good things in your career and your personal life, but always remember the great teachers you have had here and the wonderful start this college has given you. And when you are comfortable financially, don't forget to give back to SUNY Canton. What a good feeling it'll be to help assure that other deserving young people like you have this same educational opportunity. Be good, do good, and have a good life. You deserve it. At this graduation, we are conferring nearly 970 degrees, and about half of our graduates are walking across the stage today. This is a slight increase over the 9 degrees that were conferred at our first graduation in June 1909. I'd like to tell you a little about this year's graduating class and then ask you a few questions. Today's graduates range in age from 18 to 62 years old. They represent 17 different states, including New York, mostly in the East, but also including California, Colorado, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, Puerto Rico, Washington, and Wisconsin. In addition to our American graduates, they also represent 7 foreign countries, including Angola, Australia, the Bahamas, Cameroon, Finland, Sweden, and in Canada, Ontario, Quebec, Alberta, and Saskatchewan. Now, since we're a college of technology, it's not surprising that most of our students are graduating with degrees that reflect technology, the Associate in Applied Science or the Bachelor of Technology degree. Other degrees that our students have earned include the Associate of Science, Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science, with a significant number of graduates earning certificates. Our programs span a wide range of degree choices, everything from early childhood education to funeral services administration. Or as we like to joke, we've got you covered whether you're coming or going. They also include degrees in engineering technology, health-related fields such as dental hygiene, healthcare management, health and fitness promotion, nursing, and veterinary technology, criminal justice and related areas, graphic and multimedia design, information technology, legal studies, applied psychology, and business-related degrees such as accounting, finance, sports management, and management. In programs that are among the most challenging in higher education, many of our students have earned honors. This year, that figure is 426. Almost half our graduates have earned honors. And in fact, there are 31 graduates with a perfect 4.0. Our average undergraduate GPA is an excellent 3.18. Yeah, that's worth applauding for. Okay, now comes the question part. Okay, if you held a part-time job while you were a student, please stand. Okay, you can sit down. Now, if you held a full-time job while you were a student, please stand. Now, if you held either a part-time job or a full-time job and helped raise a family, please stand. If you were the first in your family to go to college, please stand. If you volunteered time to help a nonprofit or social service agency while you were a student, please stand. And if you received any type of financial aid while going to college, please stand. Now, my last question, or actually my second to last question, applies to the families, guests, and platform party as well. If you served in any of this country's uniformed services, active or reserve, please stand. Thank you for your service. And finally, since this is also Mother's Day weekend, you're going to have to do this again, mothers. Okay, could I ask all the mothers in the audience to please stand so that we can honor you once again? Thank you. Congratulations to all of today's wonderful graduates. And now it's time to shine the light on some of our many extraordinary students here at SUNY Canton. The Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence was created by SUNY to recognize students who have best demonstrated and been recognized for the integration of academic excellence with accomplishments in the area of leadership, athletics, community service, creative and performing arts, or career achievement. 2 students from this campus were chosen to be recipients of the SUNY 2018 Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence, and they were presented with their medals and certificates by the Chancellor at a ceremony in Albany in April. At this time, I would like to recognize these students not just for academic and athletic achievements, but also for the profound impact they have had on our college campus and our local community. So please stand when I call your name. Jessica Fisher, Mechanical Engineering Technology major from Williamsville, New York. And Caitlin Tibbetts, Criminal Investigation major from Farmingville, New York. Congratulations. We also have 2 graduates who are the recipients of the Chancellor's Scholar Athlete Award. This award recognizes students who have combined academic excellence and outstanding athletic achievement at SUNY schools. At this time, I would like to recognize these students for earning this prestigious award. So when I call your name, please stand. Benjamin Beasley, Finance major from Elgin, Ontario in Canada. And Brooke Suzak, nursing major from Bowmanville, Ontario in Canada. Next, we recognize the recipient of this year's David R. Maynard Student Activities Award. This award is given to a student who demonstrates superior citizenship and outstanding leadership, as well as generously devoting their time to student activities. This year's recipient is Rachel Nikki Zeitzman. And Nikki is an applied psychology major from Cornwall, Ontario. Thank you, Nikki. I now invite to the podium Courtney Batista Bish, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students.
Each year, SUNY Canton honors an outstanding graduating senior in the Baccalaureate and Associate Degree program. Nominees for these awards are judged on scholarship, personality, and contribution to the campus community. It is my pleasure to present these awards to 2 incredibly deserving students. This year's recipient for the Outstanding Baccalaureate Graduate Award is Jamie Reed. Jamie, who hails from Canton, New York, is an applied psychology major. Jamie returned to college after 18 years and raising her family in order to pursue her passion of helping others. During Jamie's time at SUNY Canton, she has been heavily engaged in the local community, including volunteering in her local food pantry, running local youth programs, coaching summer soccer, and serving on the Canton Pee Wee Association Board of Directors and the Canton Booster Club. Jamie has maintained a 3.7 cumulative grade point average while remaining highly involved locally and raising a family of 6 children, as well as raising foster children and hosting foreign exchange students. Jamie is described by those who supported her nomination as selfless, giving, dedicated, level-headed, and ambitious. Jamie credits Dr. Wolf, Dr. Waite, and Angela Doe with helping her throughout her educational career and driving her to succeed. After graduation, Jamie is pursuing graduate education with a focus on seeking her master's in social work. I have no doubt that Jamie will continue to have a lifelong impact on her community and will be successful in all her future endeavors. Congratulations, Jamie, and please come forward to accept your award. I invite Jamie to respond.
I would first like to say congratulations, excuse me, to all my fellow graduates. We made it. I am truly honored to have been chosen as this year's outstanding graduate for the Baccalaureate program. I definitely could not have done it without my mother's support, my husband Jason, and my amazing children. They dried my tears, they listened to me rant, celebrated my successes, and endured many takeout meals because I had endless homework, projects, and tests. I certainly had no time to cook dinner. This is not my award, but our award. We worked as a team, and we made it happen. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. My life now has more meaning than ever. I would also like to thank Dr. Wolf for always encouraging us, her students, to reach for the stars, and as we move forward, reaching those stars, she's right there beside us, cheering us on the whole way. She lets you know that failure is not an option, and as she pushes us to work harder and gives us that determination to achieve our success, these successes are not only ours, but hers as well. Thank you to Jennifer Waite for her endless support, guidance, and most of all, her patience. Jen has had to endure many panicked phone calls from me throughout the years, and not a single challenge I brought to her was too much, or at least that's what she told me. Jen, thank you for your support. You have no idea how much it has meant to me over the years. I encourage all my classmates, the ones sitting here before me, and the ones coming up in classes behind me, to overcome your challenges and find your meaning in life. It is out there, just waiting for you to answer its call.
Congratulations, Jamie. This year's recipient for the Outstanding Associate Graduate Award is Michael Volpe. Michael, who hails from Long Island, is a criminal justice major. During his time at SUNY Canton, Michael has been a member of Phi Theta Kappa, Order of the Sword and Shield, Alpha Phi Sigma, and has served as an EOP tutor, member of both the Residence Hall and Student Faculty Judicial Hearing Boards, and played an integral role as a member of our Cultural Competency Personalized Pathways Committee. Michael did all of this while maintaining a 3.93 grade point average. Michael attributes much of his success to Deborah Joseph McEwen and says that she's the most enthusiastic person he's ever met and often reminds him of himself. Michael has been described by those who supported his nomination as caring, engaged, inspirational, and motivated. After graduating, Michael intends to complete his bachelor's degree in criminal investigation here at SUNY Canton and eventually pursue graduate school. Michael has been a truly engaged member of our student community, and I look forward to all the amazing things he will do as he continues his career at SUNY Canton next fall. Congratulations, Michael. Please come forward to accept your award. I invite Michael to respond.
I would like to thank SUNY Canton and its community for giving me this prestigious achievement. It is with absolute honor that I accept this award. My time here at SUNY Canton has been pleasant, adventurous, and not to be taken for granted. And my success would not have been possible if it weren't for the fantastic CJ faculty in helping me better understand my field of interest. Those on the Cultural Competency Subcommittee for showing me the value that respect and cultural competency play in our society. Deborah McEwen, the Director of EOP, for unknowingly showing me that a good laugh and a smile can truly boost morale. My peers, including each and every one of the graduates, for treating me with respect and kindness. My mother, father, grandmother, and grandfather, and future mother-in-law, for giving me their never-ending support, physically, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. And last but not least, my girlfriend Ashley for teaching me what the definition of love is and being my pride and joy. I am indeed coming back to complete my education, criminal investigation, and with that being said, Ralph Waldo Emerson sums up how I have chosen to live my life with this quote: "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, and to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." Thank you again, SUNY Canton, and God bless.
Representing the class of 2018 is the president of the Student Government Association and the recipient of this year's David R. Maynard Student Activities Award, Rachel Nikki Zeitzman. Nikki, please come forward.
Thank you, President Safran, Chairman O'Neill, Dr. Scheidt, College Council members, Vice Presidents and Deans, faculty, staff, parents, family, and of course, the class of 2018. I would like to start with saying thank you to my family, who are scattered from Texas to Canada. For them, they have been a constant rock of support for me, especially my little sister, Christina. I love you all so much, and this degree means more to me than just a piece of paper. It has now provided me the ability to give back to you, the people who have been giving to me my whole life. We all have our reasons for this journey, and you are mine. Secondly, SUNY Canton gave me a home for 4 years that I've never had before. And the people on this campus have become a part of my extended family. It is the people like Priscilla Leggett and Sue Law, who are my campus moms, and the mentors like Barrett Wolf, Jen Waite in the Applied Psychology Department, as well as many more on this long list of people who have made this experience worthwhile for me personally. The connections we make here will make all the difference down the road, and I am sure that my fellow graduates find this to be true as well. As I make my way through this speech, I will recite the alphabet, SUNY Canton college style. I will start it with A for accomplishment, because look at where we are today. B for bettering yourself, one stepping stone at a time. Oh, and broke. Because let's face it, we've all scrambled to find change for the pizza delivery guy at some point. C for congratulations to everyone that gets to turn their tassel today, and a special congratulations to my brother Mark, who happens to also be graduating on this very special day from St. Mary's University in San Antonio, Texas. We may be across the country from each other, but this day has the same amount of meaning to us both, the same way it does to everyone in this room. I point this out today because this is the perfect example of how throughout life, people may be separate, but we are never divided, leading me into a split of the letter D. D for making a difference in our world. Some of us will be engineers, IT specialists, nurses, law enforcement agents, human service workers, entrepreneurs, vet techs, or other leaders in our home communities. So also D for making dumb decisions, because sometimes we just need a trial and error run before figuring it out. E for education, because that's what we're all here for, especially from those 8 a.m. classes, which took quite an effort for most of us to get out of bed for. F for footbridges, because everyone has to take that heel-to-toe express at some point. G for Greek life, in one word, unity. H for headaches, for all the reasons from stressing over deadlines to those that we happily self-inflict the night before with some regret later. I for international students, because you didn't really know what you were getting yourself into. J, just did it. K for kangaroos, unable to hop backwards, so forever moving forwards. L for the library, because we've got books. M for mailroom, because you can always count on the mailroom guys, David and Steve. You can always count on them for a pick-me-up in your day. N for non-traditional students, nothing but respect to the ones that came back and conquered. O for online students. Bet you didn't know they make up a third of our population, did ya? P for pet-friendly, because our students and pets are positively perfect. Q for quick Cheney dates, because let's be honest, it's never really quick. R for residence life. Started from the dorms and now we're here. Started from the dorms, now my whole class sitting here. S for student activities. Without them, life on campus would be boring. And to all of the clubs and organizations on campus, good luck and hold it down. T for time crunch. No matter your reason, we all have started a paper at 10:59 p.m. when it is due at midnight. U for underclassmen. We all remember those days. V for victory lap. I would invite the graduates to stand up and complete a lap around the track, but half of us are in heels, so it'd be best not to. W for bringing home the win. Shout out to my athletes that are graduating today. A round of applause, please. It's not easy being a student athlete, but they all did it so wonderfully. X. Well, let's face it. What tangible word can you get from X? So I'll go with extreme deprivation of sleep to create excellent papers. Y for years of friendship. Came in as strangers and now we're leaving as family. And Z for Zeitzman, because that is me, and this is the end of my story here at Canton, just as everyone sitting in front of me is completing their story today. Almost done, I promise. We are a generation of passionate, quick-learning, resilient survivors. My hope is that we continue to expand on the opportunities we have built and the groundwork here at SUNY Canton into our future careers. I believe that everyone in this room deserves to be sitting in their seat today because we have all worked for our brighter future that we have after Canton. We may be separated, but we will never be divided from our SUNY Canton Foundation. It has been my honor and pleasure to serve as your Student Government Association president for the past 2 years. And from where I am standing, the room looks bright and blazing with potential. Never forget your ABCs. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2018. We did it.
Thank you, Nikki. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce this year's commencement keynote speaker, Pulitzer Prize winner, John G. Maines III. A native of Ithaca, John arrived at SUNY Canton in 1976 to study agriculture, engineering, technology. Fate intervened one day when he met Phil Markham, the editor-in-chief of the student newspaper. With no prior journalism experience, John joined Phil's staff and began covering campus news. Turns out, he was pretty good at it. So good, in fact, that he was recruited by the editor of the Messina Observer to work full-time. John jokes that as a broke college student, it was difficult to turn down a $7,000 a year salary. Although he had to leave SUNY Canton, his career took off. After earning his stripes as a beat reporter at the Observer, the Ithaca Journal, and the Clarion Ledger in Jackson, Mississippi, he eventually became a freelance writer and started becoming acquainted with computer-assisted reporting, or as it's known in the journalism business, CAR. Several years later, he took a job with the South Florida Sun Sentinel newspaper and used his CAR background to help the research team on a number of high-profile investigations. But it was his groundbreaking work on a story about speeding by Florida's off-duty police officers that earned the Sun Sentinel a Pulitzer Prize Gold Medal for public service in 2013. He is the recipient of a number of prestigious news writing awards, and his life's work is an example of journalism's value as a government watchdog and an ally of public safety. We're fortunate that John never forgot his time here, and in 2016, he was inducted into the college's Hall of Fame for his professional accomplishments and his support to the college. Today, it gives me great pride to introduce one of the most esteemed members of our alumni family, Mr. John Maines. Let me read a few words from the citation that accompanies this honorary degree. Since your time as an exceptional student, you have dedicated your life to advancing journalism, continually inspiring our entire campus community with your accomplishments. Your research and publications using computer and database journalism have shed light on important issues touching communities across our nation. The hands-on technological education you received in your agricultural engineering classes, paired with your extracurricular experiences with the campus newspaper, Insight, allowed you to build a successful career in journalism that has had great impact in the field. Though you decided to enter a career field that was different from your field of study at SUNY Canton, you have been able to utilize the skills and experiences gained from your time at the college to remain relevant throughout your career. Your ability to adapt and progress with a changing environment is the essence of the SUNY Canton education. It is my distinct pleasure, by virtue of the authority vested in me, acting for the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto on this 12th day of May, 2018. Congratulations. John G. Maines III will now deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, President Safran, and hello, class of 2018. And of course, all the family, friends, faculty, and staff. I'm going to ad-lib a little bit here from my speech, divert a little bit. I was telling people yesterday that, I'm pretty good at database work, and I've given a lot of presentations and been on panels all through my career, but I think about the only public speaking I've ever done is at family funerals. And that's a lot easier, it's like Cousin Harry was a little weird and we didn't know too much about him, but we'll miss him a little bit, I guess, anyway. So my point on that is, bear me with a little bit if I stumble here, and I'm sure to, but here we go. It's good to be back, first of all. This place doesn't change that much, except for many new buildings and more students and different courses, and downtown is pretty much the same. And one of my favorite memories here at Canton is walking across the footbridges with friends to go get a pizza roll at Sergi's. Yep, they made them 42 years ago. And then it was on to the Hoot Owl for a lime Ricky. I also remember the sub-zero days that I'd get here in the morning with some friends, and the outer doors of Neville Hall would be so cold that the hydraulics would freeze and the doors wouldn't open, so it'd take 3 or 4 of us to pry them open and get into the warm building. I don't miss that. Okay, today I'm going to talk about following your bliss. It's a little bit corny phrase, and it's actually not mine. It's by a famous guy. But I'll get back to that in a minute. When I arrived in Canton in 1976, probably like most of us at that age, I really didn't want to know what I wanted to do with my life. I had some general ideas. I thought about, Canton was a 2-year school then. I thought about going here 2 years and then transferring to a 4-year school to become an engineer. To make friends here, I started working at the paper, student paper, like the president said, and I had fun. And I wrote local stories and editorials, and the Messina Observer editor saw them and offered me a job. Here I was, an ag engineering student, and I'm offered a job in journalism. And that abruptly changed my career path. I was not certain it was a wise idea to do it, frankly. But my career advisor here, Joel Bixby, said, look, if you don't try it, you'll never know. So I took the job. It wasn't until many years later that I first heard the phrase, follow your bliss. But it is exactly what I had done. Newspaper work is what I really wanted to do. It was exciting and always challenging. Not much money, but so it goes, right? Follow your bliss. That is a phrase was used very often by a guy who died in 1987, Joseph Campbell. You might not have heard of him, but you know a little bit of his work. Campbell was an interesting guy. He was a lecturer, author, professor, and his specialty was mythology. One of the books he wrote, he always chased magical legends and stories through the centuries, and one of the books is called A Hero with 1,000 Faces, meaning all these stories that he talked about. He and others had found that the same stories repeat over again and again in different cultures, no matter where they are on the planet, in slightly different flavors. I use the word cultures, plural, because some of the stories go back thousands of years, spanning continents, race, religion, ethnicity, and time. A typical myth, for example, might have some characters like a brave young lad yearning to leave home to seek adventure, a brave and smart young woman, a rogue cowboy type guy, and of course the evil villain. In the 1970s, Campbell was asked by a guy you do know, George Lucas, to develop these characters for a movie. You know the final product is the original Star Wars. Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, and Darth Vader. The boy, the girl, the cowboy, and the villain. So what's that got to do with you? Maybe nothing, maybe a little, maybe quite a bit. There could be a little knot in your stomach, although this is a great day, about where you might be going with your life and go now. You'll find sometimes in your life you want to try something else. That time could be now, or years down the road, or never. You might be perfectly happy with the path that leads from Canton and the job that follows. Or you might go on to another school to advance your education. Or you might just want to settle down and get married and pursue a family. Or any combination of the above. I encourage you, rather than being stuck with something that makes you unhappy, your life, take a little risk now and then. Follow your bliss. By the way, you can find a great quote by Campbell on the internet about that, a full quote. And I'll add, for the sake of your parents, try not to do anything stupid. So, if you change the direction of your career, don't by any means think that your time and money spent here at Canton was wasted. And I actually had a little experience with that. In 1998, I had been doing basic reporting for 2 decades. It sort of got a little tiring, you know, you've seen one plane crash, you've seen them all. So I just decided to switch to a relatively new field that the president mentioned, computer-assisted reporting. It's where you use data and computers to add hardcore facts to a story that if anybody else tries to disprove it or do it again, it can be done. Not just quoting a few bunch of people saying this is great or this is bad. So, I found that the discipline logic, science, critical thinking, and other things I learned at Canton to be a great help with that adjustment. Going from newspapers back again sort of to technology. It was database work that helped investigative reporter myself, Sally Keston and myself, win the Pulitzer for the newspaper in 1993. So, the story, by the way, was basically, it was about off-duty cops in South Florida, where I live, are allowed to take their cop cars home. And some of them live way out away from the agency they work for. And what these cops had been doing over the years, because they're a cop, they were going at speeds of 120 miles an hour or more. And basically, you know what happens when you do that. Over time, they were killing innocent people, maiming people, and sometimes including themselves. And so we ran the stories initially, I believe it was in February of 2012. And then 11 months later, we did it again, because there was a big furor over this, and the police department chiefs were surprised and they were outraged when it happened. And to our real astonishment, the number of cops who were speeding at great speeds had dropped 84% in South Florida. A last point. In journalism, you're taught to listen to all sides of an argument. It will help you to do the same. This great technology we have now allows us to quickly find others who agree with us and ignore those that don't. We can pick the network news that we want, the blogs and other social media we like, and that's great. We choose groups that love the same things we do and have a fondness and fascination with them. But sometimes people pick groups that spew fear, hate, intolerance, and that creates, I think, We were talking about when this campus opened in the 1960s. When I was a kid, I think there was great polarization in America then, and protests and Vietnam War. I think the polarization now might be worse than it was then. So, my feeling is, if you're going to just take one side and not listen to anybody else, and in fact maybe spew hate anonymously, it doesn't do you or anybody else any good. Listen to all sides of an argument and be tolerant of opinions that differ from yours, especially your parents. As you go on your journey, Campbell called it the hero's journey. I urge you to use the training, logic, common sense, and overall understanding of things that I bet have improved since you arrived at Canton. But most of all, have fun out there. Class of 2018, go get it, do your best, and enjoy. Everyone here is proud of you. Congratulations. I lost the place in the script, sorry.
Okay, we'll find it. Thank you, John. Okay. Got to find the right page now. So thank you, John. Another round of applause, please, for our speaker. All right. Now for the part of the program you have all been waiting for. The conferring of the degrees. As our graduates walk across the stage, you'll notice that some graduates are wearing white cords. These graduates were recognized at Honors Convocation for having the highest grade point average in their curriculum. The other cords and stoles signify that the graduate is a member of an academic honor society. The red, white, and blue cords signify that the graduate is currently serving or has served in the United States military. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Douglas M. Scheidt, would you please come forward for the conferring of degrees? Will the Reader, Assistant Registrar, Ann E. Drake, and Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, Courtney Batista Bish, also come forward to assist the Provost? Will the President of the Alumni Association, Kelly Obermeyer, come forward for presentation of the medallions? And will Vice President for Advancement and Executive Director of the Canton College Foundation, Ann Sibley, also come forward to assist with the medallions? Thank you, everyone. Since conferring of the degrees, this is not what I'm supposed to say. So, okay. Now
Since conferring of the degrees on the class of 2018 is as important to the last person to cross the stage as the first, the audience is requested to remain seated and withhold applause until each school has crossed the stage. The candidates for graduation in the School of Business and Liberal Arts will be presented by Interim Dean Dr. Krista K. Kelson.
Will the candidates for graduation in the School of Business and Liberal Arts please rise and come forward? Dr. Safran, these candidates in the School of Business and Liberal Arts, upon meeting graduation requirements, will be certified by the faculty as eligible for their Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Science, or Associate in Science degree.
Baccalaureate degree, Applied Psychology. Rachel Dominique Zeitzman. Jamie Lynn Reed. Kayla Alexis Rosa. Ashley Ann Durham. Nicole Lynn McCarthy. Joseph M. Vocino. Sierra Christiana Snow. Daisha Harris. Jessica Ann Kirk. Brittany Carey. Brittany Patrice Zach. Chanel Alina Vanessa Sylvester. Christina A. DiNardo. Taylor Nicole Saltis. Tiana Parks. Andrew Malik Wilson. Emergency Management, Danielle Kareen Erbahart. Tyler Zygmunt Murdy. Christopher F. Taylor. Finance, Benjamin David Beasley. Vincent Michael Bondinello Reyes. Thomas Morgan Crabtree. Melissa Francis. Mackenzie Rose Granger. Chris John Baptiste. Christian Mendoza. Dylan Jacob Rosen. Healthcare Management, Adianu Bankol. Jeffrey S. Bombrake. Sarah Collins. Kimberly Ann Connolly. Casey Jordan Dwyer. Chime Nina Laura Ikiwe. Atri Espiritu Santo. Teresa Margaret Jacko. Felicia Joy Leanne Jenkins. Jesselyn Lee Carr. Nora Alvarez. Edwina Queen Ari Curtis. Rhea Jean McDonald. Megan Christine Meek. Virginia Renault. Jamal Nurden Kaizi. Cheryl R. Richardson. Elizabeth Ann Stowe. Legal Studies, Nicole Lee Karabatz. Samantha Levitz. Rihanna May Martin. Amanda Ann Murray. Shaniqua Michelle Norville. Michelle Renee Barton Cox. Management, Dylan William Breno. Justin Michael Cummings. Cami E. Dana. Hexel Ricardo Class. Christopher Thomas Darling. Zara Diawara. Timothy Dowd. Logan William Jones. Lindsay Lanphier. Casey Kolcheski. Joseph Matthew Mangione. Jean-Philippe Langelis. Tatiana 24 LaRoche. Ashley Elizabeth Martin. Mason Richard Maitland. Devin Murtagh. Stephen Too Smooth Torres. Christopher E. Sims. Keanu J. Sterling. Jonathan T. Pickney. Skyasia C. Matthews. Alan Lawrence Russell, Jr. Maria Lucia Vecchio. Emily Elizabeth Wilson. Associate degree, Accounting. Andrew Isaiah Tapia. Business Administration, AAS, Erica Catherine Briggs. Natasha Lynn Musa. Business Administration, Associates in Science. Loretta Lynn Harris. Stephanie Hernandez. Early Childhood Education. Kaylee Renee Downey. Mackenzie Starr Tresidder. Marissa Amber Hall. Carol Ann Rains. Macy Marie Hutchins. Holly Cecilia Williams. Casey Taylor Grace Murray. Hannah Spooner. Janelle Lenice Gordon. Tori R. James. Fatima Siada Kamara. Individual Studies, Business. Taylor Marie Perry. Liberal Arts and Sciences, General Studies, AA. Carmelina Spagnolo. Liberal Arts and Sciences, General Studies, AS. Justine Marie Boutel. Natalie Elizabeth Colon. Jasmine Lee Dual. Alexis Denise Isidore. Jenna Marie Holmes. Caprice Marie Ledoux.
Will the graduates in the School of Business and Liberal Arts please stand? A round of applause for these graduates, please. Please be seated. The candidates for graduation in the Keynote School of Engineering Technology will be presented by Professor Robert E. Jennings.
Will the candidates for the graduation in the Keynote School of Engineering Technology please rise and come forward? Okay, now you give it to her. Shut the mic. Dr. Safran, Dr. Safran, these candidates in the Keynote School of Engineering Technology, upon meeting graduation requirements, will be certified by the faculty as eligible for their Bachelor's of Technology, Bachelor's of Science, Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science degree or certificate.
Baccalaureate degree, Civil and Environmental Engineering Technology, Zachary Francis Baxter. Kyle Matsumoto. Tyler Roy Ralph. Samantha Ann Schramp. Electrical Engineering Technology, Christoph Jermaine Adderley. Angelo Jed Fiacco. Paul James Ford. Graphic and Multimedia Design, Justin Custer. Eric Johan Holland. Austin Michael Heroux. Austin Richard Proper. Desiree Leanne Price. David A. Russell. Marcus Kenneth Smith. Matthew Eddie Smith. Xavier Evan Jackson. Industrial Technology Management, Ivan Chan. Erdos LeBron Otero. Joshua John Silva. Information Technology, Brent James Archer. Congratulations, Gian Fontaine. Allison Ann Ingalls. Justin Brian Jarvis. Sandidi Mwanza George. Brooke Christopher Krasowski. Alyssa Nicole Matthews. Bim Onsimi. Laquan Luck Robinson III. Mechanical Engineering Technology, Benjamin Bender Amatucci. Adrian Hunter Carter. Kristen Diamond. Jessica Lynn Fisher. Andrew P. Harvey Jr. Shane MacArthur. Jason Ellie S. Quianos. Inder Sani. Tyler A. Stutter. Congrats. Associate degree, Air Conditioning Engineering Technology, Zachary T. Flanagan. Casey Ross Pickering. Automotive Technology, Samir Backus. Andrew Robert Barber. Dylan Charles Bedard. Dornell Joshua Elijah Coburn. Anthony James Fazio. Ronnie Hernandez. Anthony Kim Van Merrill. Xavier Keanu Palumbo. Kyle Patterson. Nathaniel Saniker. John Hayden Schaefer. Computer Information Systems, Robert Bello. Joshua Clayton Branham. Stephen Ryan Francia. Alexander Paul Magyar II. Dominic V. Troiano. Construction Technology Management, Jonathan Marcus Dunham. Samuel Walter Jensen. Cody Joseph Pera. Electrical Engineering Technology, Brian Aubrey. William Graham Bowen. Ryan McDevitt. Engineering Science, Kimberly Jean Collins. Andrew Michael Kirsch. Way to go. Kevin Conley Smith. General Technology, Courtney Janice Fenderson. Justin Peebles. Individual Studies Engineering, Alexander C. King. Chad D. King, Jr. Josiah D. McGrath. Brian Thomas. Certificate, Air Conditioning Maintenance and Repair, Aubrey R. Swart. Electrical Maintenance and Construction, Devin Myers. Power Sports Performance and Repair, Billy Joe Hyde II.
Will the graduates in the Keynote School of Engineering Technology please stand? A round of applause for these graduates, please. Please be seated. The candidates for graduation in the School of Science, Health, and Criminal Justice will be presented by Dean Dr. Kenneth M. Erickson.
Will the candidates for graduation in the School of Science, Health, and Criminal Justice please rise and come forward?
So ignore this because I was joking.
Let's tell her when she's the one who's going to announce it. It's fine. Dr. Zafran, these candidates in the School of Science, Health, and Criminal Justice, upon meeting graduation requirements, will be certified by the faculty as eligible for their Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor in Business Administration, Associate in Applied Science degree or certificate.
Associates in Criminal Justice, Michael Joseph Volpe. Baccalaureate degree, Criminal Justice, Law Enforcement Leadership, Bakim Real Inches Hati. Brianna Danielle Durham. Haley Marie Lehman. Heidi Marie Fabian.
Way to go, Kyle.
Kyle G. Martins. Austin Joseph Cassell. Ramon E. Rivera. Destine Millington. Criminal Investigations, Marielle Mota. Oscar Eduardo Carino. Ashley Takora Matthews. Rebecca Sheree Smith. Shania Angelique Sprott. Jessica Diana Quashi. Mackenzie Marie Bars. Sean Allen Brownell. Catherine Elizabeth Burnham. Letitia Labrie Caldwell. Alexander Michael Cole. Elizabeth Marie Lynch. Bailey Ann Hurlbut. Mary Catherine Holden. Jessica Caitlin Sear. Connor Robert O'Brien. Jenna Lynn Kiskiel. Trevor John Kelleher. Kimberly Dons McCarthy. Doris McCarthy. Jenna Marie Mirish. Alex Michael Landiaso. Sukaina Joseph. Christine Marie Matias. Logan James Miller. Nicholas Magliano. Travis J. Schindler. Bailey Margaret Grace. Ellison Rose Fink. Brianna McGay Ashley McGay. Joseph Robert. Orly Schwartz. Stephen Lee. Annie Catherine Charlo. Logan Nicole Tallman. Amanda Rose Teal. Caitlin Nicole Tibbetts. Margaret May Troiano. Ellie Christine Troist. Brianna Moore. Dental hygiene. Kayla Andrea Salas Lepinovich. Jennifer C. Mikulski.
This one's mine, this one's no.
Kayla Seberg. Funeral Services Administration. Gage M. Coffey. Joshua Paul Colosino. Darian Frederick. Taylor Lynn Gray. Autumn Lexus Harden. Luna Rose Mullen. Eldison Lynell Phillips. Jason L. Ryder. Alicia Small. Imani Smith. Health and Fitness Promotion. Samuel Christopher Benzing. Ederly H. Jimenez. Summer Lazar. Ashley Ann Tanis. Anna Jimenez. Homeland Security. Gerard Abelar. Thomas Pratt.
Congratulations.
Jacob Richard Jones. Maurizio Paniconi. James Wright. Nursing. Nicole Lynn Best. Jacqueline J. Despa. Sabrina Lynn French.
Thank you, guys.
Sports Management. Dion Christopher Foster. Anthony Javier Monsanto. Adrian Williams. Jeremy Sasson Baez.
Congratulations.
Desmond N. Jones. Khalil A. Thorpe. Kendrick Noel Derrick Jr.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mark Ancho Cologne. Lexus Queen Sana Nicole Iglesias. Ray A. Jones. Paige Nicole Isbell. Ryan Patrick Grady. Mitchell Logan McLean. Janaea Brooke Shoemaker. Thank you. Austin Jean LeMay.
Got it.
Francesco Giuseppe Palumbo.
Logan Jeffrey Mom.
Thank you, Logan.
Logan Jeffrey Maroff.
How are you? I'm good.
Michael Anthony Kavanaugh, Jr. Veterinary Service Administration. Jamie Eileen Swartz. Veterinary Technology. Kristen Grace Evelino. Corinne Marie Blaze. Hannah Klein. Casey Jamie McKinnon. Maya Hector. Kelsey Marie Hansel Burke. Joshua Clark.
Thanks. Congrats.
Luke Descharme.
Congratulations.
Robert Peterson. Jessen Elizabeth Swider. Amy San Giorgi. Whitney Smith.
Way to go.
Shayna Marie Novak. Ashley Nicole Gessner. Rachel L. Lamora. Rebecca M. Harvey. Caitlin Ann Nutter. Amanda Louise Woods. Catherine Elizabeth Barrett. Brianna I. Van Valkenburg. Zena M. Ronquillo. Kimberly Jane Cordziel. Richard Conklin. Alexandria Clark. Brittany S. Ruff. Associate degree, Criminal Justice, Matt Ryan Hills. Kayla Taylor.
Congratulations.
Jordan A. Doctor. Sarah Lynn Bracey. Simone Irene Dolger. Stephen Gould. Topanga Lee Gotham. Chelsea Ann McKay. Brittany M. Salter. Taylor Casey Van Brocklin. Destiny Manley. Dental Hygiene, Renee Marie Blanding. Lindsay Ray Breyer. Jillian Elizabeth Cipulo. Gabrielle Elizabeth Clark. Victoria Lee Collins. Kylie Logan Revelding. Avery Rose Jones. Joe Laffin. Laura Beth McGuire. Allison Mackenzie McPherson. Brianna Jo Melnicki. Abry K. Philbrick. Nicole Kathleen Pond.
Congratulations.
Kiana Marie Prue. Dana Marie Stapleton. Michelle Verplanka. Madeline Anna Williams. Alexandra Festimel, Individual Studies, Health. Megan Ray Finnerty. Emily Marie Shepard. Chantel Marie Smith. Abu Tay-Kwan Smith.
Nursing. Got it. Congratulations.
Nursing, Brooke Alexis Bronner. Nicole Lynn Kruger. Kayla S. Beckstead. Michaela M. Duffy. Elizabeth Catherine Froats. Sydney Catherine Sargent. Joelle Reina Cosores. Robert Barry Crows. Belinda Darkwa.
Congratulations, ladies. Let me see how they're doing. All right.
Mitchell DeRoses. Kimberly Marie DeStacio.
Congratulations.
Erica Eddy.
There you go. Congrats.
Mary Hazelton.
Congratulations.
Brooklyn Leanne Haverstock. Kayana Loran.
Congratulations.
Andrea Bono.
Bernier.
Whitney Lynn Bernier. Alyssa Whitney Hine. Alan Zachary Fisher. Angelina Jandrew. Emily Marie Johnson. Ariel Jean Lucier.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Amanda. Congratulations.
Amanda L. Leindecker.
Congratulations.
Christina Jean Marie McCarthy.
Okay, thank you. Congrats.
Teresa Maria Dunn. Lauren E. Primo. Matthew Paul Snodgrass.
Susan, thank you.
Brooke Suzak. Caitlin Marie Tracy.
Congratulations,
Amanda Lee Welcome.
PTA students,
Physical Therapy Assistant. Tess Marissa Adams. Victoria Rose Bean. Carrie Bonaparte. Brianna Bowden. Jelani Christine Ellington. Kendra Nicole Gilbert. Allison Marie Green.
I like easy.
Richard M. Glaspie. Johanna Hancher. Ekaterina Olivia Langoles. Melissa Nicole McMaster.
Congratulations, Stephanie.
Stephanie Miller. Lindsay Morgan. Nicole Leanne Needham. Tucker O'Brien. Jessica Oliver. Sean Patrick Phelan. Brianna Ruth Slater. Katie Werner. Veterinary Science Technology, Hannah Kathleen Barton. Amanda Bombard. Jace Vincent Clapper. Cassandra Conrad. Emily Teresa Conway. Randy Conway. Amanda M. Dahl. Krista Marie Eggleston. Summer Ewing. Heather Rose Fitzgerald. Allison M. Ford. Leslie Ann French. Allison Marie Auger. Rachel Ann Funk. Claudia Marie Parr.
Got it, Alea.
Alea Banks. Angela Marie Rios. Paula Garcia. Tabitha Marie Herman. Ashley Marie LaMarche. Cameron Lentz. Hannah A. Mowry. Michaela O'Reilly. Allison Jane Peer. Rianne Pink. Madeline Stephenson. Chelsea Ray Goodwin. Mackenzie May Talbot. Sarah Hadassah Oliver.
Thank you.
Randy Santos. Justine Kevin John Williamson. Kyle Matthew Uckle. Certificate of Practical Nursing, Erin Brooke Bermudez. Rebecca DiNardo. Yana Hyotis. Paige Howe.
Tifanica.
Agnes K. Tifanica. Tammy L. McDonald.
Will the graduates in the School of Science, Health, and Criminal Justice please stand? A round of applause for these graduates, please. Please be seated. Dr. Safran, will you come forward?
Will the entire class of 2018, State University of New York, College of Technology at Canton, please rise? Acting for the Board of Trustees of the State University of New York, upon completion of graduation requirements, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science, or Certificate, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, on this 12th day of May, 2018. That's the part that makes it official. So please change the tassel on your cap from the right to the left side. Congratulations. The alma mater will be led by Dr. Tony Bean, Professor of Veterinary Science Technology. The words to the alma mater can be found on the inside cover of your program. Would everyone please rise and join us together for the singing of SUNY Canton's alma mater.
SUNY Canton, all praise to thee. We will ever sing thy dear name. And though we go out from thy care, we'll be loyal and spread thy fame. SUNY Canton, honor is thine, we'll always revere thy spirit so fine. SUNY Canton, ever will sing till the world with our echoes ring. We've spent many happy days 'neath the shelter of thy dear walls. We're preparing for life's long trails, each year as we enter thy halls. SUNY Canton, honor is thine, we'll always revere thy spirit so fine. SUNY Canton, ever will sing till the world with our echoes ring.
Thank you, Tony. I would like to invite all of you to the reception to be held here at the Ruse House in the ice arena immediately following the commencement. Please remain standing at your chairs and allow the procession to pass. The benediction will be given by the Reverend Arthur Garno.
Let us pray. O God in heaven, you have blessed us and given us dominion over all the earth. Increase in our graduates and all of us our reverence for the mystery of life, and give us new insight into your purpose for the human race, and new wisdom and determination in making provisions for its future in accordance with your will. Grant, O God, that your holy and life-giving Spirit may so move every human heart, and especially the hearts of our graduates, that barriers which divide us may crumble, suspicions disappear, and hatreds cease. That our divisions being healed, we may live in justice and peace. As our graduates leave this place and head out into an unsteady and confusing world, show them that your ways give more life than the ways of the world, and that following you is better than chasing after selfish goals. Help them to be humble in their successes, giving thanks to you, and to take failure not as a measure of their worth, but as a chance for a new start. Give them strength to hold their faith in you and to keep alive their joy in your creation. In the course of the busy life our graduates are entering into, please give them time of refreshment and peace, and grant that they may so use their leisure to rebuild their bodies and renew their minds, that their spirits may be open to the goodness of your creation. And I pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
On this 12th day of May, 2018, I hereby declare the 110th commencement at the State University of New York College of Technology at Canton closed.